Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise to ask question number 189 of 2015 under my name. The question is directed to the Minister for Fisheries and Forests. In 2010, the government approved the Fiji policy for reducing emissions from deforestation and forest degradation, Fiji REDD Plus Policy. Can the Minister enlighten the House on the purpose of this policy and what has been achieved so far on its implementation? Thank you.
Thank you. I now give the floor to the Honourable Minister for Fisheries and Forests.
Madam Speaker, I rise to respond to question raised by the Honourable Dr. Bridgelal. Madam Speaker, currently there is a potential for countries with forests to financially benefit simply by keeping their forest standing under the REDD Plus mechanism, which is globally implemented under the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. The purpose of the Fiji REDD Plus policy is to enable Fiji to benefit financially from the REDD Plus mechanism. Madam Speaker, in 2012, the Forestry Department embarked on a project for the implementation of the activities under the Fiji REDD Plus policy. The main objective of the project is to ensure that Fiji participates on the REDD financing mechanism by end of 2015. Madam Speaker, by 2014, the World Bank had approved a grant of US $3.7 million to fund the Fiji readiness activities for 4 years from 2015 to 2018. The purpose of the fund is to get prepared to participate in carbon trading from 2019 onwards. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you.
Question, Madam Speaker.
Supplementary question, the Honourable Michaela Liaweri.
Can the Honourable Minister, I thank Honourable Minister for his response. Can the Honourable Minister inform this House as how his ministry will work with other departments in terms of climate change, regarding the REDD policy? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Madam Speaker, as I've already mentioned in my answer, that the government, the ministry has started in 2012 working with us, with the partners in addressing the climate change, especially on the REDD Plus issue, and we have conducted a number of consultations with the stakeholders, especially the forest owners in Fiji.
Thank you. Supplementary question. I invite the Honourable Semya Sakarawaki to have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm wanting to ask the Honourable Minister, and I thank him for his answer. You'd be concerned, Madam Speaker, in the objective of the fund, which the Honourable Minister has stated, is for Fiji to benefit financially. Could the Honourable Minister explain, is that the only objective, to benefit financially? Or there is another benefits that would be more acceptable to the whole people of Fiji? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think the whole purpose of the REDD Plus policy is to minimize the effects of climate change in our country and the region. Thank you.
Thank you. I now give the floor to the Honourable Ratu Kinvilame Kiliraki.
Under the Kyoto Protocol, Madam Speaker, in regards to addressing the carbon emission into space, which involves two issues regarding the carbon space and the carbon sink. Carbon sink is related to the forests, the ability or the capacity of the trees to absorb the carbon and release oxygen into the air that we survive on. That is the issue of the REDD Plus. Payment or money that will be derived, as the Minister has stated, will benefit the government. My question is, because of this carbon sink, carbon sink, where the forests belong to the indigenous owners, what is the formula or the policy of the government in regards to this money that comes into the government and can be dispersed to the forest owners that will benefit them? What is the policy on the government in regards to carbon emission that will benefit the landowners as forest owners, because this forest will be the carbon sink that will absorb all the carbon and release oxygen that we all survive in. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would like to thank the honourable member. I think he has misrepresented the House. I think the REDD Plus policy under the United Nations framework clearly laid out the formula. That's the money that will be transferred to the resource owners. It's clearly stipulated under the framework. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Supplementary question, the Honourable Ratsuliana Matintombo.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would like to thank the Minister for his answer this morning, Madam Speaker. My question is, what is the position of government in allocating the ownership of pollution dam space? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Would you like to repeat the question, please?
What is the position of government in allocating the ownership of pollution dam space in the sky? Dam space in the sky.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Madam Speaker, I think the question needs to be answered by the Environment Ministry. Thank you.
Thank you. Perhaps we can have a written answer to that question that will be submitted to Ratu Suliana.